I agree. That's right. Uh-oh. Chaos ending, here we go. Linus, what are you saying? Objection! Oh, you dare to? You'd take her side now? The side of a murderer? Back on your feet again already? Not bad. Need I remind you that you just proved her to be the one that killed your colleague? Murder isn't right, of course. But who am I telling that? Our great guardian isn't exactly better if he just throws people into the wild. It makes him a murderer just as much as her. And for what reason? To keep us safe? I could blame him as much as I could blame her for the doctor's death. If we'd been actually facing the problem instead of avoiding all risk. This wouldn't have happened. That's right. That's the answer he's been trying to tell me. If I'd realized sooner, he'd still be. This wouldn't have. We were trying to, avoid all risk of using our spell. He was one of the ones trying to get us to use it for his experiments, right? To think you'd end up betraying everyone in this town. Inconceivable. It seems my respect was misplaced. I suppose we shall have you arrested as well. There will be no arrest. Isn't that right, Linus? Right. I'm impressed. I didn't think you'd actually be able to see things rationally after all that happened. No arrest? What do you intend to do? If you don't actually possess quick return, there is no escape for you. Right, that spell isn't going to help us. Neither is mine. No matter what I combine, would not be enough to fight off everyone here. Then again, thinking about it, I might not realize its full potential just yet. If you're thinking of pulling something similar to what you did 3 months ago, forget it. It's fine, Linus. You won't have to do a thing. Honestly, I didn't really care that much whether they'd convince you to side with me. You see, those very words once managed to convince someone else. Well, what do you think, Karen Cat? Oh shit. This isn't a very nice result for you now, is it? Arrested for a crime you didn't commit, never able to make up for it. Your friends return in their graves, you know. So you know about that, huh? I don't quite get it, but you know, man, you know me, even if I don't remember. Yes, quite a bit. And you can trust me, there is a way to turn the situation around. A happy ending where everyone will have no choice but to accept and rely on you. Is that what you want? I see. Catching on what I'm planning to do here? You should know by now I come more than prepared. Casting doubt on Orpheus' justice, it was only a matter of time before proper trials would be held again. Things went a little faster than expected, but I knew we would come to this eventually. As everything else failed, it's time for the least elegant approach. Karen Cat, let's put an end to this. Now that you're finally in the same room, you can kill the Great Guardian. Oh fuck. I see. Bailiff! No need for concern, Your Honor. All the usual security measures are in effect. As long as we are inside the palace, Undying Dream will protect us from any harm. Ah, yes. This is why you'd even dare to preside over a trial like this, right? That spell protecting your life from being taken must make you feel pretty safe. Of course, once again, you're just not considering any creative approach. I am not impressed by your empty threats. Come on, Karen. You need to trust me. It is time for your arrest. Uh-oh. Trust ya? Don't really care about that. But you're right about one thing. Oh fuck! I really got nothing to lose at this point. Bring it on! Very good. I knew at least you could be counted on. I don't quite get it, though. How do you intend to bypass Undying Dream? If you tried to split all of us, it would fail. This is the power of potential. Watch and see. Undying Dream. Of course I've locked into that spell. Cast over an area. Protects all humans from unnatural death and any sort of wound. So I guess you're right. As long as we're inside this palace, that is. Well, we are. I think we can ask these people to walk outside nicely. How about a little experiment? Karen, listen carefully now. If you paid attention, you should have a good idea what your spell can do. That you didn't know. One very important aspect there is that you do not have to perceive the entire object to split it. This goes without saying, of course. You never quite see an object from all angles simultaneously. You're right. I don't get it. How's that gonna help? It means you can split an object even in a part you can't see yourself, as long as you can see part of the object. So what I want you to do is very simple. I want you to split this room from the palace. Interesting. That might just work. That is not possible. Let's find out, shall we? Do it, Karen. You don't need to tell me twice. Oh, fuck. Yep, this is the chaos ending. Did anything happen? Well, that you asked. This room is now no longer inside the palace. So much for your defensive line. Checkmate. I'm not sure how that makes any sort of sense, but very interesting. So this is the power of potential. It seems without limits. Just don't open the doors right now. They could be leading to some chaotic alternate dimension. The important thing is, nobody will find us here. Your spell users won't be able to readjust their protection on this place. Don't worry, Karen will put it back where it belongs soon. But first, some people inside this room will have to die. Most of them. You've got to be. Okay, no, just kill the Great Guardian. That much is needed, it seems. Leave the rest of them alive. You're right. We shouldn't give in to emotion. The rational thing is just to get rid of the cause. Everyone else, no matter their crimes, will have a chance to adjust to our new world. Linus, why? Stop this! This isn't right! You'll ruin everything! I've made my choice. Of course it's scary. Without the Great Guardian, there'll be no way back. But that's why it's important. All important choices are scary. Let's just put an end to this. No need to hesitate. Just so you know, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to end up the same way as that killer. That's not important anymore. I don't care who forced me into this. My only option now. You can't convince me otherwise. Unless you admit you were wrong. If you can do that, Great Guardian, I might spare you. That's no good. He might just do it. The man was so afraid of death he managed to live for this long. Chances are he'll throw everything away just to save that. I want to hear it. I want to hear if he can at least stand behind what he's done to us. These problems are something that my safe haven was trying to. I mustn't lie, Your Honor. I know you want to save this town. Even if you survive here, the town hears about this. It's too late. Well, that you can still stand your ground like that is kind of impressive, admittedly. There is nothing to be said, traitor. My safe haven has been protecting us for almost 400 years. I am not wrong. This trial may have been my only mistake. Got it. At least now I won't have to feel bad about getting rid of you. If it is your thought that this is the path to justice, you are mistaken. This won't be the end. It is. Rest in peace, old man. Bad ender. Bad ender. You sure this is the best place to be? It's fine. I never expect us to just return to my house. And if worst comes to worst, what can they do? Don't worry, buddy. When you show up here, I'll take care of him. This isn't quite how I expected this to go. Being chased. Linus Sky, you're quite remarkable, you know. You threw away everything. Your friends, your promises, your grudges. Not anybody could do that if given the choice, no matter how good the reason is. Well, it's not the first promise I broke, honestly. I just came to realize I have a more pressing obligation. Towards potential. Towards what my partner really wanted. Outstanding. If everybody was like you, all of this wouldn't have been necessary. Well, it's going to be fine. The plan succeeded somehow. Earlier than intended, but hey, that's part of it, really. You have to be able and prepared to deal with all possible outcomes of an uncertain future. Can't let ourselves get bound down by minor trivialities. This town. No, humanity as a whole world. Whole would never thrive again otherwise. So far it doesn't look like anything's different. If I didn't know better, I'd say the barrier is still active. It's fine. Every change takes time. Once they show up near the town again, everyone will work together. They will no longer be able to afford prosecuting us. They'll need our potential too. Right. Ha. Aren't you an interesting one? First you prove I committed murder, then we end up as a team. Life's getting pretty bizarre. Could say the same to you. You stopped remembering you're a murderer, and now you are one again. Your hate against the government must have run deep, huh? Hey man, you judging me? I don't know anymore. I'm not a fan of grudges, but you helped us do the right thing. Heh, well. There's still one grudge I can't let go of. It's about those friends Miss Porter mentioned? Yeah. Probably made myself forget most of the stuff I did. The memories of some of my best friends vanishing are still with me. Vanishing? To this day, I don't know why. Weird thing is, nobody looked into it. The government just ignored it. They've got a body count thing, right? They should have known. Somebody must have rigged the data somehow. That's the one I'm really looking for. Ain't that easy with my means, of course. That's certainly curious. Whoever it is must be good at laying low. I've heard nothing about it either. They're good at covering their tracks. Must be some spell. Well, good luck. But don't forget, we'll have to hold together right now. Chasing after some faint phantom while real ones are attacking won't help us much. No worries, man. Sorting this out comes first. Ah, right. I remember your old self telling me about that before. I'm thinking about a mysterious spell user you're after. Whoever it is must have realized quite some of their potential. I'd love to meet them. They don't sound that lovely if they're making people vanish. Hey, I'm just curious. Isn't that right? Look, I've been meaning to say this. I am actually sorry we had to take that many lives, okay? If there was any other way to get to our goal, we'd have chosen it. I'm still not quite sure of that, but I'll make sure to keep you in check from now on. You have the right idea, but be careful with how you go about it. Well, sometimes I wonder. Maybe this was all part of my mother's plan, too. Your mother. Right, she's the one who started all this, wasn't she? She was, guided by an actually immense hatred. Remember what you said about how she forced her to do that elementary combination? So that was her, huh? I was young at the time, but I still remember it. First, she had you tested on rats. Kept questioning why one of the rats stopped moving. And after she was confident it would work as intended, she stabbed the other girl. Nasty. Told you something about how you're the only one who could save her. And like that, You were forced to combine her into her new body. A body that looked like me. I see. She was also the one that tempted you before that. Once she learned of your spell, that is. She wanted to intentionally limit you. That was her, too. She certainly sounds like someone that'd do anything. She kept trying to teach me the same mindset, but the book she got changed my mind. There's obviously no benefit in destroying humanity. It's scary she was actually able to live with that kind of goal. Oh, wrong voice. Scary, yes. On the other hand, I can't help but still admire her. She dedicated her entire life to this plan, and in her final days, I think she realized I wasn't planning to do it. And yet, she smiled. She knew I might not do what she had tried to prepare me for my whole life, and smiled anyway. I'm not sure if she just stopped caring, or if she predicted even that. Well, you still did more or less what she wanted in the end. That's the scary part. Sometimes I wonder if she's still controlling me somehow. I did it for my own reasons, but I believe it would... because I believe it will not actually be the end of humanity. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I just didn't want it to go to waste after all. I hope you see what I'm saying here. Maybe all of this is just my justification or something. To still do it. I don't think so. You managed to convince me as well, after all. It's kinda too late to still have doubts anyway. We'll have to deal with what's coming, one way or another. Right. The future is uncertain now. All we can do is try our best in that future. Hot diggity! Hot diggity! Karen Cat is John Carrington? Quinn DeMangi? Are these other characters that these sprites were used for? God, this song is cool. Hugo Beardsley. Virgil Silas. Okay. What are these names? Robert Ballard. That seems familiar. Suki Okoye. Okay. Seems fitting. Custom courtroom was really cool. Is the forum thread for the full list? Okay, don't mind if I do. I want to look up this. I want to look up this credits theme. Oh, Roosevelt. Is that the YouTube channel that does a whole bunch of custom Ace Attorney music? Because I swear I've heard all of these cross-examination themes and script to case conversion tool. What is that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I swear I've heard all those cross-examination themes, the thought route theme, the cornered theme, all of that before. That's just... oh man. Oh man. That was epic.